insights, it's all here. Ooh yeah! Motorsport stories we revere. Listen up! Drivers, crews, every gear. Oh yeah! Get in the groove, shed a tear. Let's go! Let's go! Hands on the wheel, feet on the gas. Ooh yeah! Buckle up tight, we're staying fast. Stickers and scuffs, feel the blast. Podcast love, long may it last. Forever! Welcome to the show, stickers and scuffs. Ooh yeah! It's a new Ontario, can't get enough. Come on! From the pits to the tracks, we drive real tough. Join the racing fam, feel the love. Feel the love. Hands on the wheel, feet on the gas. Oh yeah! Buckle up tight, we're steady and fast. Stickers and scuffs, feel the blast. Podcast love, long may it last. Forever. Feel the love. Feel the love. We turn up to the wheel. Ooh yeah! Ontario speed, feel the thrill. Pit stop track is the deal. Let's go. Stickers and scuffs, keep it real. Engines roar, feel the heat. Ooh yeah! Tires scratching on the street. Vroom vroom. Motorsport fan when we meet. Hey, weekly updates can't be beat. Let's get. Welcome to the show, stickers and scuffs. Ooh yeah! It's a new Ontario, can't get enough. Come on. From the pits to the tracks, we drive real tough. Join the racing fam, feel the love. Feel the love. Highlights, insights, it's all here. Ooh yeah! Motorsport stories we revere. Listen up! Drivers, crews, every gear. Oh yeah! Get in the groove, shed a tear. Let's go! Let's go! Hands on the wheel, feet on the gas. Ooh yeah! Buckle up tight, we're staying fast. Stickers and scuffs, feel the blast. Podcast love, long may it last. Forever. Welcome to the show, stickers and scuffs. Ooh yeah! It's a new Ontario, can't get enough. Come on. From the pits to the tracks, we drive real tough. Join the racing fam, feel the love. Feel the love. Hands on the wheel, feet on the gas. Oh yeah! Buckle up tight, we're steady and fast. Stickers and scuffs, feel the blast. Podcast love, long may it last. Forever. Feel the love. Feel the love. We turn up to the wheel. Ooh yeah! Ontario speed, feel the thrill. Pit stop track is the deal. Let's go. Stickers and scuffs, keep it real. Engines roar, feel the heat. Ooh yeah! Tires scratching on the street. Vroom vroom. Motorsport fan when we meet. Hey, weekly updates can't be beat. Let's get. Welcome to the show, stickers and scuffs. Ooh yeah! It's a new Ontario, can't get enough. Come on. From the pits to the tracks, we drive real tough. Join the racing fam, feel the love. Feel the love. Highlights, insights, it's all here. Ooh yeah! Motorsport stories we revere. Listen up! Drivers, crews, every gear. Oh yeah! Get in the groove, shed a tear. Let's go! Let's go! Hands on the wheel, feet on the gas. Ooh yeah! Buckle up tight, we're staying fast. Stickers and scuffs, feel the blast. Podcast love, long may it last. Forever. Welcome to the show, stickers and scuffs. Ooh yeah! It's a new Ontario, can't get enough. Come in the groove, shed a tear. Let's go, let's go. Hands on the wheel, feet on the gas. Ooh yeah, buckle up tight, we're staying fast. Stickers and scuffs, feel the blast. Podcast love, long may it last. Forever. Welcome to the show, stickers and scuffs. Ooh yeah, listen to Ontario, can't get enough. Come on, from the pits to the tracks, we drive real tough. Join the racing fam, feel the love, feel the love. Hands on the wheel, feet on the gas. Oh yeah, buckle up tight, we're staying fast. Stickers and scuffs, feel the blast. Podcast love, long may it last. Forever, feel the love, feel the love. We got come to the wheel. Ooh yeah, Ontario speed, feel the thrill. Pit stop chat is the deal. Let's go. Stickers and scuffs, keep it real. Engines roar, feel the heat. Ooh yeah, tires screeching on the street. Vroom vroom, motorsport fan when we meet. Hey, weekly updates can't be beat. Let's get it. Welcome to the show, stickers and scuffs. Ooh yeah, listen to Ontario, can't get enough. Come on, from the pits to the tracks, we drive real tough. Join the racing fam, feel the love, feel the love. Highlights, insights, it's all here. Ooh yeah, motorsport stories we revere. Listen up, drivers, crews, every gear. Oh yeah, get in the groove, shed a tear. Let's go, let's go. Hands on the wheel, feet on the gas. Ooh yeah, buckle up tight.
Friday nights we gather round, Cam and Graydon holding down, the laughter echoing through the mic, racing stories we all like. Ontario motorsports pride, revving engines side by side, all off season long we talk the track, sticker tails won't hold back. Kicking back with friends on air, racing dreams we love to share, stickers and scuffs is where we meet, Friday nights can't be beat. Engines roar and hearts on fire, stories that lift us higher, from the pits to the victory lane, Cam and Graydon know the game. Every lap brings more delight, shine those trophies in the light, join the fun, don't be late, Friday nights it's a date. Rubber burning, asphalt black, stories that will never lack, live podcast where we belong, racing life all off season long. Ontario motorsports pride, revving engines side by side, all off season long we talk the track, sticker tails won't hold back. Kicking back with friends on air, racing dreams we love to share, stickers and scuffs is where we meet, Friday nights can't be beat. Engines roar and hearts on fire, stories that lift us higher, from the pits to the victory lane, Cam and Graydon know the game. Engines roar and hearts on fire.
Well, what is going on, everybody? Cam K, Graydon Bun here. Trying out something new. So we've got to get stuff a little bit adjusted here. Doing stuff on YouTube and Facebook at the same time is a little bit different. So hopefully people can hear me. We'd start off right though if I wasn't heard.
I can hear you. Rich, Brad, Sam, Pat, Steve, a whole bunch of everybody. April, hey, how's it going, everybody?
Yeah, it's Friday night.
Nice little
Somebody's gonna
crowd
win.
gathering.
Somebody's gonna win a $500 or $500, 250. Sorry, Rob, 250 sponsorship, courtesy of the James family. And of course, stuff's going missing when I need it, and I don't know where it's gone. It's always so frustrating. SNS Live 2. Where'd it go?
Uh-oh.
This is where I really wish that OBS had bigger windows. Because when you can't find stuff and it goes off the screen, you can't find it at all. And then you got to reopen
Look
it all over again.
at us, we're going all over.
Literally, and I got a cat that's like trying to snuggle up to my hand right now, which is making it very difficult.
This
Use
is
the
like that
mouse.
just like summed up our tech savvy. Cam's like trying to figure it out, and I'm looking at the screen going, "Oh, look at us going, wee!"
Yeah, pretty much, eh?
That's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm blissfully ignorant.
Well, you're bliss. Yeah. So we got second $250 sponsorship courtesy of the James family to give away tonight.
Mhm.
Exciting stuff, Graydon, because this one is not just open to SNS racers, but open up to any bone stock racer that has registered, or I guess technically a car that had been registered full time, or at least registered with a home track last season and will be registered this season. It is open up to people that are getting into NALA, that are getting into the division for the like moving up. We've
Mhm.
got a good driver that is doing that. That is a part of the giveaways tonight. Obviously, we want to thank the James family, Connor, Robert, Darlene, Chelsea, for being such a big part of this and for making it uh, really an awesome thing for us to give away. Uh, we've been very honored to give away a lot of cool stuff, and I don't know, man. Just the fact that when we started this deal, um, we weren't really sure uh, if we'd ever be able to help anybody. Um, in fact, that was one of the things we wanted to do, but we just never knew if it would be possible. And the fact of the matter is, three drivers going to come out of this with a sponsorship. You know, yeah, we're not, we don't have $10,000 to give away, but we've got something. And Rob James has also offered graciously to help us with a couple other things that we really didn't anticipate. We've got, and we have been able to give away basically stuff since SNS Live returned, which I don't think we ever again anticipated we'd be able to do that. So thank you. Um, just thank you to our amazing partners and amazing people within the racing community that allow us to do this. Um, it's an absolute dream, and I don't know, man. I think you and I both love it and love it quite a bit. So, um, you know, just cool. Really is the way to
I don't know.
put it,
You pretty
man.
well said it all there, man. I don't know what else I can add to that, really.
Oh, you can add something.
I don't know what else to say, really.
Yeah, you do. Uh, it's. I think we're getting to the point, man, where we have, uh, you know, right now we are probably over 200 racers for next year. Um, that in itself is huge. We just got word this afternoon that our very first SNS racer, Chantel Kalika, is coming back for her fifth season with us. Um, she that's her and Larry Jackson have both confirmed to be back, and it's like with Jean Claude Paillet, Mark Patrick Waugh. These are people that maybe we don't see every year, we don't see every race and every weekend, yet they're the ones that are letting us do that, and even though we don't see them, they're still supporting us, and that's awesome. Calvin, it gets kind of crazy, following around 200 racers, but you know what? I don't think. I mean, Graydon probably could say that he's got a little bit more on his plate this year because he's a little bit busier, um, consistently, like that he knows of, this year.
Yeah.
For me, I love for this, like, this is my type of shit. I like following. I like getting statistics, results. The one thing I will say, tracks need to have them, and series need to have them. There are still some series that don't have their 2024 season points finished on their websites and on social media, and I kind of really need that. We put it out there. There was Rich Schwarzenberg from OnlyFans. I knew that was going to happen just once.
Jesus.
It's your fault, Rich. Your fault, Rich. You're the one that made it so similar. Only fours. That'll be the day when we get an only fours, only fans. There you go. Just pictures of bone stocks, but behind a paywall. X-rated, bone stocks.
All shined up and
We're
sudsy.
putting the bone back in bone stock.
Oh God. Oh no.
And on that note,
Going after dark early.
yeah, clearly, eh? We got one last episode left, for 2024. For Ash, you joined at the right time. But I will say the response that we put out there, I had to drag people basically into this giveaway because I don't want to hear anybody bitching on social media that they don't have sponsors this year, because you have every opportunity to join something that really you don't have to do anything extra for. And so I see it. We see it a lot with people. Oh my God, I got no sponsors, or oh yeah, right. That's the voice I tend to use a lot, actually, but you can't use it as an excuse. There are people out there, and we got to put it out there. Yes, we do need merch for Only Fours. I'm pretty sure Rich is working on it, Matt. It's definitely on the way to go. But yeah, I just it irritates me because we have people that go out there and say that, and the one pet peeve, I think, Graydon, you and I talk about it, and this one because I tell you all the time. Yeah, there you go. See, there's people out there. Josh Moody says he's looking to sponsor 2 cars this year. There you go. So put the work in and go out and approach people that say, hey, we're willing to help.
Mm-hmm.
It's also not the easiest thing to go out there and do it. I get it, right? Like, we've talked to racers as high as NASCAR that say, I don't like asking people for money. Like,
Yeah, it's true.
and it was like, you're thinking this is NASCAR Canada. If there's a place that there's a division that would probably be more likely to get something, it would be something attached to the word NASCAR. But we did put the world on notice yesterday because the schedules start to continue to come out. We've got APC, we've got Dayco Superstocks, but the big news was that Sunset is not on the Dayco Superstocks schedule for 2025. Graydon, we've mentioned this before. I don't think it does any service, anyone good, to bitch and complain when stuff isn't on the schedule like you were expecting. And listen, we've both been there. We've been there as fans. We aren't happy about stuff, but I've seen it across a big mistake by this, and they're horrible for this, and okay, if you're coming in and you want to sponsor somebody, why the hell would you want to do that if all you see is people complaining? I said we as a racing community have to be smarter
Yes.
as a whole. We don't
How
know who's watching.
how many racers have seen, like, I don't know how to say this without sound like, we are not like formally educated in this or anything
No.
like that, but it's cyclical, right? Like, the pond is only so big, right?
Yes.
You will see dates or events or series pull up stakes and move away from a track for a time and go somewhere
Mm-hmm.
else. Sometimes you'll see them come back. Companies will move from one ride to another ride, sometimes same thing in different divisions, series, what have you. It happens. Like, it's racing. There's like, sometimes for whatever reason schedules don't jive or whatever, or
Mm-hmm.
the economics don't work out, maybe the personalities at a track and sanctioning body don't like, there's various reasons why things do and don't happen,
Yep.
and sometimes, and and again, like I said, conversely, it can come back around. Like, if some series, for instance, goes away from a track, goes elsewhere, it's a great success, that's good for that track that it went to.
Yep.
It maybe there is, like, there's a ton of hypotheticals and variables and all that kind of stuff, but the thing is, it shouldn't be really news to any of us that racing is cyclical that way, and I don't know, there's tons of moving parts to it, and I don't know, just take it for what it is, enjoy it where it is while you got it, and that's all you can really do. You got to live with it. It's
Yep.
it's done now. So
And I said, if you're not part of the decision making process, you don't know what happened.
that's
You don't
right.
know what
There's
was
a
part of
lot
it.
of things going on
Just
behind closed doors that
yeah.
we aren't privy to. Like I say, there's tons of moving parts and pieces to this. Like again, schedules,
Mm-hmm.
economics, what have
Yeah.
you. So I mean,
That's
there.
exactly it. What Susie says right there. There's a lot behind the scenes that ooh, um, uh, that there's a lot of reasons behind the scenes that things change. Assuming and blaming, and that's the key thing that she says. Assuming and blaming anyone isn't right. And I can speak to this because I've made comments in the past that affected a racing series that they took notice and were not happy with. Um, because it was an assumption or it was a rumor or it was something that somebody said. And absolutely, um, I think rumors do have a place in racing. I know it sounds a little silly, but J-Ski made a career off of that. That's what they did. Is it keeps the talk going. But Rich says Clinton just joined the conversation here. He has done a great job pulling back the curtain a little bit to tell us why or not a series is coming to a track. And that's absolutely true, Rich. But some series also and some tracks aren't going to be. They're not going to be willing to open that curtain. So the expectation that is going to be for everybody obviously is not true. Clinton does a great service for us to do that, um, and explain what happens. But Susie's point earlier was that the tracks have to work together as well. But sometimes there are just circumstances where it just won't work.
That's
And
it.
it just that's the way it is. Scheduling conflicts happen every year. I mean, perfect example is Sauble has they're doing the big uh, uh, what was it that they just promoted? The
The
big
Sable Beach Party.
the beach party, right? Well,
Yeah.
that's obviously going to take a weekend that they would typically have, right? But it's
This
something that is still benefiting the track. They just they that race weekend then goes away. Like they have to make a decision, right? Um,
Yeah, that's a perfect example, as you said. That was sort of broke to us during the Sobel meeting, that was on the table, and you have to again look at it from an economic standpoint, look at it from the way the track is engaging with the Chamber of Commerce. We were in town last year when they had the Sobel Beach Party more downtown, which was awesome, but at the same time, this kind of takes it even on a grander scale. Like you're engaging even more. Like you're going to have all those people in town for the weekend. They're still going to go to the beach. They're still going to go to
Yep.
the shops. They're still going to go to the restaurants. Now it's at the racetrack. Yes, you're giving up in a sense. Um, I'm not going to tip thing, but you're giving up a race weekend in a sense, but it's obviously been accounted for. So, I mean, you have to consider the economics and what's going on behind closed doors. This is absolutely done in the best interests of the racetrack, community engagement, and the longevity of racing being there.
I think there's always going to be a push pull and when it comes to this story, because you're always going to have the people that say you should be supporting the racers more, whereas people go you should be racing supporting the tracks more. And really, as much as people don't want to hear it, it's a fine balance. You have to have, and you're never going to have people on both sides that are going to agree. You're always going to have people that disagree on certain things. And with social media nowadays, what happens is that people like to just say right away when they're upset about something instead of thinking about the repercussions potentially down the line. The other thing you have to think about is there are still staff, there are still people making those decisions that see those comments that people are making. And listen, not everything is going to be a home run. I think Delaware's announcements with the ISMA coming back, that's a great decision. I don't see how anybody's going to be upset about that. But
No.
guess what? There'll be somebody who'll find something wrong with it. That's just the world we live in today, that somebody always has to have a problem with something. Hell, we do a lot of stuff for racers, but there's going to be people that don't like what we do. It's part of the world nowadays, unfortunately. And
Mm-hmm.
as Susie says, and it's a great thing, reality is personalities don't jive too. To expose everything can be much more detrimental to racing. Exactly. It's very true. As Ashley says, I'm offended.
There's
That's
the door, Ashley.
there you go, right? It is the first response is that, and that, it's funny because you have a push pull of people that are complaining about that and say that it's this crowd that's always complaining, yet they're the ones that are always bitching about stuff. So it's unfortunately that's the way that it is nowadays, right?
Yeah, but
Everybody feels that they have to share their opinion. When I would love to go back to a day where we didn't know anything about people's political views, nothing about what they believe religiously. Just keep all that shit to yourself, because at the end of the day, we're here for one product. It's racing, and that's all I care about. I only care about the amount of cars going out on the racetrack. There is so much that goes into this that we forget. We forget how many hours and how many weeks of planning and months of planning and meetings upon meetings go into operating a racetrack, into operating a series. It is. I worked in a series for the last couple of years, and I'll tell you, we did terrible in certain aspects of it because there's not enough time in the world when you have work a full-time job. There's not enough people in the world to help. It is like if you're trying to go out and find sponsors, we've talked about this, Graydon. It's not a 1 hour process. You have to spend hours and hours and hours and weeks upon weeks. And I'd imagine the same thing with racing series trying to organize their schedules. What we would love is the schedules to be the same every year, but at the end of the day, that's not going to be a reality. There's always going to be stuff that's going to change. I'm sorry, I'm done now.
I think I said 10 words this show so far.
I'm fired up, buddy, man. I had a
Right.
nap after work, and man, I feel good.
Jesus, you had like a couple of Red
I
Bulls.
tell you what, swimming legitimately gives me rational thought back. It doesn't give me that like anxiety brain that I've been suffering for the last couple of months, with just everything that's going on with my work and everything like that. It gives me a way to have a concentrated opinion on something and have like one single thought. But this is something that I saw across social media yesterday. It was just, I feel bad that people go immediately to the negative and just immediately assume, oh, that's the track's decision. Or, oh, and I was like, how do you know that? And it's people that I would expect wouldn't do stuff like that when we're supposed to be preaching, supporting the racing community. If you don't agree with the decision, you don't agree with the decision. Leave it at that.
Yeah, I live in a town. I mean, it's sort of apples to oranges, but the principle is the same. Where we get a lot of like Hallmark Christmas movies filmed in our town. Why?
Oh yeah.
Because yeah, it's a source of revenue for the town. Not unlike what the Sauble Beach party will be to Sauble Speedway.
Hmm.
And do you know how happy it made me when Brad was telling us that there's going to be a music festival running out of the track this year? Because, and I'm a crusty old man in training, because when
Yes, but you are a crusty old man.
when the Burroughs Creek ownership group bought that property and immediately erased Barry Speedway from
Yeah.
existence, go to America. I'm sorry, like you have to compare it. Racetracks use uh, use their grounds for concert venues and stuff, and they coexist. The biggest mistake that that group did, in my opinion, was immediately nix. I mean, there was like some detractors in the community, but it was immediately done where there was like no questions asked.
Yeah.
Barry Speedway's gone, and that is crap to me. And that's for I will never ever go to Boots and Hearts so long as I live because of that.
Yeah.
And so when Sauble Speedway is announcing that music and racing is going to coexist, yes, there isn't going to be racing on the track that weekend, but you can't not have some racing flavor to it. I don't know how it's going to all roll. Like if there's going to be allowed to have maybe some show cars there for the day, like maybe not at night when everybody's getting rowdy and
Hmm.
want to climb in them and do stuff to them or whatever. I don't know, but I think there's potential there to really, and I think that's part of the goal is to have those concert goers say, "Hey, there's like racing here," and like there's so much good to it that music and racing go together so
I think
well.
it's just thought of as a negative. I don't know why, but I
I
think
think it was by and large fairly well received from everyone that was at the meeting. I don't think
but
there
what I
was
mean
much
is
pushback that I knew of.
racing is thought of as a negative. It feels like that with communities.
That's
You know,
Rob. It's Labor Day weekend, so if you happen to notice the OSS schedule, it's not quite accurate.
yeah, it can't really work if the track's
No,
not running.
yeah. Well, like there's going to be a load of people there, but you're not going to be able to unload race
Be
cars.
racing
I'm
in the
pretty
parking
sure.
lot.
Yeah. So like, there's going to be some again moving parts to this that definitely one end didn't get the memo. um,
Yeah. And Jason Melson says, I'll never go either. I grew up at Barry Speedway. Had my first race there. I wish they never sold the track. It's sad to see
I
tracks
had my
like that,
birthday
like
parties
Barry
there
go.
when I was a kid too, and
I
it
mean,
just irks me to no end.
Mossport was mentioned as well. Like Mossport, I think though that came down to a bigger decision in terms of they weren't going to renovate that place. It was going to cost them way too much. They had bigger plans for the actual facility. Do I think that they regret? No, I don't think they do. I think they get a ton of business from that driving is it's the driving school that's
Oh,
in that
there's like
portion.
there's karting and like
Yeah, the
the
karting
like
center, I think. And I
yeah,
can't
that's what the karting track has, like one and two of the old oval still sort of in it. Like it's
yeah.
I mean that's it is sort of sad to see it if you're like a historian of speedways and stuff, but I mean it's cool when you can go there and sort of imagine where it was and still sort of see turn one and two. Like it's
Makes me
sort of
sad.
there. Like
Makes me sad
and
every
yeah, I
time.
mean it gets you in the feels a bit, but I mean it's I don't know. They like I think it was probably for the best in terms of their like it's worked out pretty well for them, I think, so
Yeah.
far.
I mean, I think that's what it comes down to is was Canadian Tire going to invest in the oval track?
Obviously not.
Obviously not, right? That's not what they wanted. And yeah, that is where the track was. I still remember because I swear they kept the same fence. I swear it's the same exterior fence that used to be there. Way back when there used to be a chain link fence when you pulled off the road, and they would have what would you call it? like old body pieces and stuff hanging out. It was it Ron Fellows that decided? Well, I mean, Ron's a road racer, right? So he's obviously
But look
not
at what the
gonna.
facilities become. Like it's
True.
like you're running on that kart development track, and then there's the Grand Prix track. Like it's kind of a road course
Yeah.
building. Like that's the direction they obviously wanted to go, and not the oval route, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's definitely um there was definitely an I would say there was an option of keeping it open, but we talked with Joel about this, and if you remember, Joel did not have a ringing endorsement of
No.
of it at all. He said it was a pain to shoot at. Um, I loved it. I did. Um, Kawartha, I know Ash has talked about like it's not dead. Like there's still like it's very close to it, but it's still not completely taken down. I don't believe. Um, hell, even talk about a couple months ago, we thought Buxton was dead, right? It was going to be dead. It was gone, and it was revived, right? It's dead-ish, as Ashley says. Jukasa is in the same kind of boat, right? Where it's there, it's just it's not bought, it's not being used. Um, I think if somebody would offer to buy it, maybe there would be interest, but I, I, I I really don't think it's got the push in terms of somebody that's going to go out there and do it. Honestly, you would need somebody like probably like a Glenn Stires, a Dale Jr. esque person. Hell, give me Ryan Reynolds. He likes racing. He's got a butt ton of money, so you know, um, which is I kind of feel what we need. Like we kind of need um, celebrities to kind of endorse racing up here, and I don't I feel like there's a ton more of it in the U.S. Like if
Yeah,
I I,
I would
I
say so.
remember NASCAR Canada had hockey players. Wasn't it normally they had like the Leafs players that would do the start your engines at CTMP, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
they had
I
some like old timers and
Yeah,
stuff,
they've had
and like
what's his name? Johnny Bauer was at
yeah, yeah,
what race was that? What was Johnny at? He may have been at CTMP if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. It was CTMP. It was
Yeah,
like a May 2 for one.
and then Austin Matthew or was it Austin? I'm not sure if it was Austin Matthews or if I don't think it was him. I think it was the other maybe Mitch Marner perhaps.
I
That
feel
was
like
at
Wendell Clark's done it before. I'm not sure.
yes, Wendell has done it. That's right. We had that band, the Canadian band at Toronto for CTMP. I'm never gonna remember it because shamefully I
Oh,
think
the Arkells, wasn't it?
yes, the Arkells. They're
Yeah.
big fans as well. Um, oh, there you go. That's a good idea actually. Jukasa would be a great place to film the rumored Days of Thunder too. That would be pretty cool. Um,
But
it's just it you've got to get more, and that's the thing. We're really late to the party here on social media for racing in Ontario and racing in Canada, and ultimately we kind of needed to be there like 10 years ago,
10 years ago, yeah.
right? And I think like we're just getting people starting to do podcasts now. We're just getting people to start doing TikToks and videos and hell, there's still people like no offense, Greg, but even you weren't on Facebook when we started this podcast, right? So there's still a lot of people that weren't on social media and that haven't been on it. There's still
Yeah.
racers here that don't have it. There's
The
things.
80s didn't hit Canada till the 90s,
Well,
so I
there you
mean,
go, right? And actually, that's exactly it, right? It is one of those things that we want to continue to do. We're trying to focus on getting um, our stuff set and situated for Motorama come March. We have this giveaway, and we have one more giveaway. We have our WMI giveaway, which might be in January to start off 2025. I think that's a good way to do that. We might have another one as well. So we're very excited about that. There is, um, uh, and we're also, for the first time ever, Great and Bun, we are simulcast right now on Facebook and YouTube. So
Nice.
this is a very big first for us, and that's why I have to remember to actually check in um, on YouTube as well because, oh yeah, because Rick's there and he's commenting, and then I'm not saying anything because I'm not reading the comments. Originally it was Dirt Track Doggy did Indian. I don't know what that means, but yeah, uh, we're excited about the future of SNS. Uh, we still want to get to that 1,000 mark in our group, our new page that still, for whatever reason, it says is not 60 days old, which I'm pretty sure it is. But for whatever reason, we still can't stream from it. Mm,
And Facebook's so
it's
dumb.
such a pain in the ass, man. Susie says, I would like to see people from each track join you guys to ensure representation across each track. I don't think that's a problem right now, Susie. Um,
Yeah,
I
they even go as far as saying like in terms of like the cars, like
yeah,
it
we're trying to
managed
get into every
to,
series right now. Trying to get into
yeah,
every different type. At least asphalt, dirt. You have to remember, guys, we aren't dirt people. We don't come from a dirt background, so it is still very new to
and
us.
it's
We
a
have a
big
couple.
world too.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. We have a couple of dirt people, but um, ambassadors we will have this year, Ash. We have three racers who are going to have a bigger SNS presence on their car for 2025. Um, I don't know if we have to say them now, but we have a junior late model racer, we have a bone stock racer, and we have a mini stock racer. And every single one of them, there's a reason why we do have them being ambassadors for us for this year. And that kind of goes across the board. If people do want to have a bigger logo of ours, they can ask. We have a great partner at imagewraps.ca. I mean, there's a lot of great people who do individual stuff, which is great, but it can be overwhelming for people who aren't super familiar with tracks, driving the tracks. Yep. First thing about Dirt is they have the merch game on lock. Well, they definitely do. I can say that. Um, it- and that is something else we'd like to in the future be able to do is to help people with merch. Obviously, right now, talk to our partners at imagewraps.ca or at Epic Racewear. Those partners of ours, listen, you tell them that you're with SNS and see what they can do. Racewear is off 10%. We have imagewraps.ca as well, off 10% off everything as well. So, what about a Legend Car Ambassador? We'll take whoever, Ben. We don't want to put any pressure on anybody. That's the one thing we want to be respectful of is people will have their own partners to put on their race car, and we would much rather people get partners to put on there above us. Um, there's so many great people within the racing community, and we're yeah, exactly. Susie, get to Oshwegan Speedway and Clinton Jeffrey for Formula First. Well, I think I don't know about you, Graydon, but I think we've both kind of tried to kind of learn off of Clinton, Adam.
oh yeah,
Those are kind of
obviously.
our mentors in a way. Like I don't know about you, but I don't think when we started this, that's the first people we turned to, and we were both I think exceptionally nervous about like how they would react. Like who are
Yeah,
these two guys,
I
right?
wouldn't say like I didn't really turn to them right away. I wasn't sure if Clinton even liked me, so I just was.
Yeah, that's kind of true. We both weren't sure about that, right?
No,
And
but in all
but it
seriousness,
was
like
those guys. Like people don't understand. They are the ones that gave us the big break. And that
yeah, they
goes
are.
behind the scenes because when we initially approached NASCAR about having the ability to be media for NASCAR Canada, they initially were not going to let us. Like, they didn't know who we were, right? So they asked Adam and Clinton, and it was Adam and Clinton who vouched for us,
Yeah.
and they're the ones that got us in the door. And now you could say we went backwards a little bit because we went to NASCAR first, and then we went back down to grassroots. But I think ultimately, there's nothing against NASCAR Canada. We still appreciate, we love what they do, but there's a whole other level when it comes to grassroots racing and just the appreciation, but not just appreciation for each racer that goes out there and each crew member and each fan, but I don't know about you, Graydon, but the people are just as awesome in NASCAR as they are in grassroots, but the stories here,
Yeah, I don't think I'd call it
there's
a backstep, really. I mean,
it's been an eye opener, really, is what it is. And I think that goes for everybody out there that only watches NASCAR. You're doing yourself a disservice because when we got to see all these racers, listen, I got the opportunity to announce, and you've gotten the opportunity to drive. That didn't happen. That wasn't going to happen in NASCAR. First off, it
no.
wasn't going to happen. And I would consider that, yeah, in NASCAR we have people that um are our friends, and they are always going to be our friends. And I think there is so much that we learned from those people in, like, again, talking with Adam Clinton from the start. I'd say our buddy Mark Patrick Waugh is somebody who it needs to be recognized a little more, right, for what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Glenn, obviously, Clinton, but also the guys behind the scenes like Spencer. Spencer is a lot of the reason why this show is able to be working as it is, because I bug the crap out of him asking all these technical. Graydon likes to think that I just know all this stuff. No, 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 no. This is me cheating and going to Spencer being like, what computer should we get? What program should we use? How do I do this? Um, and when we look at it, Graydon, like, we're at episode, I think, 188 next week, and we're gonna get to 200 next year.
Mm-hmm.
There's scripted television that doesn't make it to 200 episodes,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
Yeah.
I should look on and see all the shows that didn't make it to 200 and see what we outlasted.
There's peaks and valleys, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, we still got a ways to go to catch like Dynasty and WWE Raw, but I mean, we're on the way.
That's a range.
Yeah, I think so. And so we always want to thank every one of our partners that's on the page scrolling around there. Um, we're excited for 25. New look for the shirts for next year. Gray and Bun have a beer for me, says Donovan Price. Um,
That's going to be a tough sell, bud.
yeah, maybe not at the moment, but in the future for
I'm
sure.
drinking pretend beer right now.
And so am I. This is my pretend.
Actually, I'm drinking a Pepsi right now for Clinton. So,
There you go. My pretend moonshine is in here.
yeah, no, we're off the alcohol for a little while. Just getting my head in the game. Well, like Cam said, I get to be a race car driver now, and
Yep.
through various things lately, I haven't been at my best, and I need to. I'm doing some things. That's I'm doing some things outside of this that it's going to make me better all the way around, and I feel like I haven't been at my best for quite a long time, and that's I haven't wheeled a race car where I feel like at my best, truly. Like, I'm definitely my
Yeah.
happiest, and
That's
when
for
I'm
sure.
doing
You're
that,
definitely happy.
yeah. But in terms of performance, I think the best is kind of yet to come, and I feel like this year will be that. And
Yeah.
I just I can't
Well, and
wait
see,
to
this is the thing is
unleash
Graydon's
the fury.
first couple years, first couple experiences was to get to learn it and to have fun. But now you're doing something where next year, at least the stuff with CGC, you're in it for points. Like that's you're in it for competition. So Jason Melson is asking if you're coming back to Varney. That is a potential. It's
Yeah, it's
on.
a
It's a
like
potential.
I won't turn it down for sure.
Yep.
Um, the the way it's shaken out right now is like I said, I'm running probably about half the season in the 81 for
Yeah.
CGC, and we're going after a championship next year. We're gonna try and keep Pat Farrow honest and chase him and a bunch of the other great cars that have registered so far.
Yep.
So it's going to be cool to be a part of that. I actually saw Tim there and I talked to him about it. And if and once all the schedules start coming out, it'll be a lot easier to see what's going
Yes.
to happen.
Yeah.
Um, so I kind of have to just play it by ear. Get the Sobel races sort of ironed out. There's probably going to be an OSS race at Sobel worked in there too. I got to go flag to flag in one of those cars. And then Uncle Alex Stewart wants me to go and try the dirt at Oshweeken, so I don't think I can say no to that either.
Definitely not. And
And we're talking about maybe going to try Grand Bend too, because I haven't been there before. So
yes, Grand Bend is definitely someplace up there. Graydon's he's got this amazing opportunity. So once again, what SNS is doing, we're splitting. Graydon's gonna be up at Sobel for most of it. Potentially get down to Grand Bend. Potentially get down to Varney. Myself be at likely Sunset, Peterborough, and hopefully Flamborough. Because I love all three places. The places. Um,
yeah, and I hope to get with you like a time or two through the season
yeah,
too.
it's
And
getting a little more difficult to
yeah,
do that because
and
we're just busy guys now. But
yeah, like I'm
everybody
still
should
gonna
try Grand Bend, Rich. You're absolutely right. Everybody should.
yeah, I hope to. And yeah, that's just kind of the way, as you said, we always hoped that we would be in a position
Yeah,
to help racers, to help series, divisions, speedways, what have you. Um, and it works out that this year I'm going to be sort of touting our brand, but for sure trying to like help and be a part of the
yeah.
Sawble Renaissance, as I like to call it this year,
Pretty much
and really help
just
like
like
put
what we did last year with Sobel, with Sunset. Sorry.
yeah,
Um,
they put fans in the
yep.
stands. We're going to be doing um at least the weekends for sure that I'm there, but we're doing some the main man's in the chat here now too, Mr. Holmes, but we're really
It's the Brad Holmes.
the Brad Holmes. We're really trying to really deliver the fan experience. Really have people come away at the end of the nights thinking, "Man, we saw some good racing, and we got some good freebies." We want to really treat everybody to a good show when they come to the Sobble.
So Jason asks about me versus you at the beach. You got to put in perspective a little bit. Cam doesn't drive. He's learning. He's trying. It's been a while since I've been back behind the wheel.
I've been
Last,
driving stuff longer than Cam's been alive.
yeah, he has. Um, uh, and you have to remember, Graydon's definite dream was to race. Mine isn't. Mine's to announce. That's always been my dream, and I've gotten to do that a couple of times, and that's always gonna be my happy place. So I'll put that out there. Susie asked earlier what our plans are for Motorama, what we're gonna do. Well, last time I was just really busy, trying to do interviews all 3 days, but also get our decals out to people and interview people that are visiting. So Friday was kind of nice because it was less busy, but then Saturday was just nuts. And then Sunday, I'm not sure. We did chat about Daco back at the beach. Um, I just want to see Todd Davenport back out there because he put on one. That was the first race I ever watched for Ontario Racing, and it was amazing. It was one of my favorite one of my absolute favorite races was Todd Davenport. He won against Kenny Grube and Frank Davey. And it was the first time I'd ever seen Superstock racing. And people like to think that we've been watching this shit for years. No, I'm talking about 2020. That's the first time I ever seen a Superstock race. And the hard body, he got it. And that was when the hard body he was still pretty hefty, right? He's slimmed down a lot since then, but he him and Frankie um and then I think Marvin Freiberger was up there near the front as well, and it is yeah, it's seriously going to be so much
They're gonna
fun.
put on a good show at the beach, that's for sure, though, Brad.
I want to see the numbers, man. I want people to go and experience that because that's a great race for the super stocks. They put on an amazing show there. And
I think the allures. It seems like it's there. I
the
mean,
big
like,
question is who's going to unseat Jason Parker because he's got that place locked in. So you get all these other super stock racers out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, definitely. If Marvin comes out, Brad says got to watch out for him. Yes, it's true. I'm hoping. I would think Marvin would come out for that. I want to see that. I want to see that 77. I know Jake Zevenbergen has had it for sale, but I need to see that car back racing at the beach. It is. I will go. I will go if that car is racing.
you heard it here,
I will
folks.
go if Jake Zevenbergen brings that friggin' 77 car back out. I just wanna look at it.
Brad, do it up. Get him on the phone.
Even if Brad's gonna have to buy it. Brad, you buy that car, man. Mm,
Oh, but that's like we're gonna see some great racing there this year, and like having events like that. That's what's gonna draw the people is having those marquee events. That
Brad says I know who I'm calling tomorrow
yes,
morning.
yeah, bud.
I haven't actually. I have to go back and put the schedule all together because again, it really will matter about what we're doing. Because again, as a podcaster, you have to remember we do have multiple track sponsors this year. So you've got Sauble on lock, but we still also have Peterborough and Sunset as a part of that, and I have to make sure that we do show and be
Mhm.
there for that aspect to try and continue to grow it. But what do you think, Grain Bun? We got about 32 people tuning in right now, which is a great crowd tonight, which is fantastic.
Give us a
We
big
really,
like there if you don't mind,
yeah, if
folks.
you wouldn't mind giving us a like, we're sitting at 24 right now. And share as well. Sharing really helps get the
Yeah,
word out.
that's a sharing on the subject of things. Like
Yeah.
when we're talking about putting out these weekly interviews, we got to tip the hat to the Black Rabbit Racing crew. Um,
Yes.
and the week before too with the
The Finley
Savannah
crew.
Finley Circle. I mean, sharing is very obviously the way that this stuff
Yeah.
gets seen, and Hoppy and the whole crew, and as I say, the Finley camp, they shared the hell out of their episodes, and it shows
That's what we need.
in the numbers,
Yeah.
obviously. So I mean, like us, share us, and it's obviously it's we're enjoying that, but I mean it's for everybody's
Yeah.
benefit here that we can help. I mean, the further we can reach this, the more eyes get seen, the more the racing
Yes.
spectacle gets seen, and the end goal is to have people either fielding cars or buying tickets.
Absolutely. And I want to put a big thank you out there to our guests this year. I can't believe we're even at this point, Graydon Bun, but we're going to do this right now because I want to make sure we do it on SNS Live because it's something that should be mentioned over the air. Um,
Mhm.
and so we started this past year. Um, we still are trying to get. We're not trying to repeat guests. That's I know, and I know that might be an unpopular decision, but there's so many racers that deserve acknowledgement. So this is our list from 2024 that we're going to thank each and every one of these people that came on the podcast We'll start with Caitlin O'Blennis out of Brighton Speedway, McKenna Robson from the Great Lakes Legends, Keisha Zimmick out of the Mini Trucks at Varney, Sunset official Courtney Wright, Carly Willman, Bone Stock Racer out of Sunset Speedway, Peterborough Speedway owner JP Josiassi, the Wild Man Cody Wilds out of Delaware Speedway Superstocks, Sauble Speedway's junior late model champion from 2023 Cole Camrath, the GM himself of Sauble Speedway, Mr. Brad Holmes, not too shabby on his owner or his list of listens. I think it was like 8th place, I think, overall. Ontario Legend Car Series owner Robin Yongen. The Steve McCaw, who was the most watched and most listened to episode of the entire year by far. Nathan Detweiler from multiple divisions out at Varney. Ashton Dickey from Oshwegan Speedway Mini Stocks. Dave Bailey from the Thunderstocks out at Oshwegan Speedway. Continuing on, we had Connor Ross, who didn't get out as much as he was hoping to, but he did eventually get out there from the crate sprints at Oshwegan Speedway. Glenn Stiers and Sean Torelli from Sean Torelli Promotions. They did a great job. It was fun to have them. Dustin Monberquette from the Pro Late Models out at Sunset Speedway. Jake Spencer Walt from the Ontario Legend Car Series. At the time, he was a mini stock racer, but he's now part of that. Ben McPherson from the Sunset Speedway Bone Stock division will be now part of Bone Stocks and Hot Rods. OSS's Nathaniel Greenaway. Donovan Price from the Super Stocks out at Peterborough Speedway. Del Freiberger from now the Ontario. I think he's going to be great. Like Ben's in the chat, he can confirm. But he was part of the mini truck division out at Varney. We had a special from our buddy Regan McCauley out at in PEI regarding the IWK 250. Outlaw Midget Champion Jason Metcalf, Junior Farley, who is officially returning back with us next year to be part of the 72 Burn Workwear PV Mart APC late model for next year, maybe on an ISMA modified.
Yeah, that's what I kind of have visions of.
Tanner Holmes, officially part of the previous part of the Thunder Truck division out at Varney Speedway. Blaze Shaw, winner of the Alan Lincoln Memorial this year, the Alan Lincoln Cup, driver in the 81 mini stock at Sunset Speedway. Carter Nickel, Grand Bend Motor Speedway's Bone Stock champion for 2025. Trevor Culver, and as the champion for the Super Stocks out at Delaware Speedway. Hold on, we're still not done. Jeff Rumble from the Bone Stocks out at Varney Speedway. Chris Aller, the 2024 Bone Stock champion at Sunset Speedway. Chase Cousineau, last year's champion of the Junior Late Model Series at Peterborough Speedway. Sunset Speedway's Spencer Lewis and Brendan Doherty. Spencer Riddell, runner-up in the championship at Flamborough Speedway in their Bone Stock division. Bone Stock champion for the Epic Racewear division at Sauble Speedway, Pat Farrow. We also had Pro Late Model driver at Delaware Speedway, Matt Robley. We also have had the mini stock champion from last year, finished I think fourth this year at Flamborough Speedway. Mike Thompson was on the show. Austin Janet from the Bone Stock division at Sunset Speedway. We had second place finisher in the Can-Am Midgets, Jeff Blackburn joined us. Then we had third place in the Bone Stock Championship at Delaware Speedway, Donovan Clark. We had the duo of Kevin and Nick Spees joined us from the Outlaw Midget Series, including, of course, Nick, who is the new chairman of the club. Savannah Finley, the Rookie of the Year out at Sauble Speedway. Matt Hopkins, the champion from Varney in their Hot Rod division. And coming up this week will be Thomas Wunsch, second place in the Hot Rod division at Varney Speedway, and also the Oscar Hot Rods. We have Thomas Wunsch coming up, and then in January for Ladies of the Oval Month, we do have Andrea Clark from the Street Stocks at Varney. We have Hannah Lamont from the Delaware Bone Stocks. We have Laura Authier from Grand Bend from Buxton Speedway and the Ontario Sportsman Series. And then we finish off with Donna Tolton from the Varney Bone Stocks. And Dawson Jeremy will join us in February. We've got a lot of other names that are interested. Steve Trindle from the Modifieds to join us as well. Countless names, really. But and Calvin Reeser's putting his name in the bucket for next season. So what do we have to do, Graydon Bunn, to get Calvin on the show? What does he have to do for us? No, nothing. Calvin will be on the Calvin will be on the show
like,
for sure.
something specific. I don't know.
No, we don't ask. If you want to be on the show, all you have to do is ask. We do have a wait list right now, approximately 2 months behind. But you also just know there are multiple podcasts out there that do take guests. So definitely reach out to our buddy Jomo at Jomo Media, see if he's got some available. He's on break right now, but he might have some availability in the new year. All right. It is time, Graydon Bunn, because we have a large crowd.
Yeah, come to the beach.
We have a large crowd of people. 69 entries. Nice. For the James family. $250 sponsorship. Now, that would be 70, except Joe Kicks has won. So, Joe Kicks not going to get an opportunity to win again. It's one sponsorship per driver. So, we have got a list, man. Now, some of these guys, we went off of the car. So like Alex Cole, for example, I believe that is a Black Magic car that was registered last year that he's going to be driving. So it's a different car, but it's still a registered car from last year. So here's the list, buddy. 69 drivers. You see how fast I can get through this list. You think I can do every driver in every track? All
Let's
right.
see.
Okay. I don't even know if I got the first one right. Alex Cole from Varney. Is that right? I don't know Alex Cole. Okay, good. Kyle Johnson, Peterborough. Christian Laval, Peterborough. Pat Farrow, Sauble. Corey Horn, Peterborough. Chase Mitchell, Flamborough. Will Quarry, Delaware. Hannah Hamilton, Grand Bend. Sean Kennedy, Peterborough. Austin Janet, Sunset. Rob Wollaston, Dundas? Still thinking Toronto. Delaware. Hannah Lamont, Delaware. Carly Willman, Sunset. Matt McMartin, Peterborough. Spencer Riddell, Flamborough. Colin Wilms, he's out of Delaware Speedway. Jen Hatch, Delaware Speedway. Austin Etzel, Full Throttle. Angelo Novus is out of Peterborough. Jason Lovey is out of Delaware Speedway. Sarah Lawrence is out of Delaware Speedway. Tegan Stanley is out of Peterborough Speedway. Jesse Howard is out of Delaware Speedway. Somebody that was announced that they're going back to Sauble Speedway, Nathan Ecker in the 25 has been added to this one. Adam Generu out of, I should have had a drink of water before this. Adam Generu out of Delaware Speedway. Haley Hill out of Flamborough. Paul Fothergill out of Delaware. Donna Tolton out of Full Throttle. Rachel Mitchell out of Flamborough. Darren Glavin is going to be driving the 37 BT out at Grand Bend, who I'm hoping you get to race against. That would be cool. Jason Nelson out of Full Throttle. Mark Allen out of Flamborough. Leo LaBarbera out of Flamborough. Jeff Rumble out of Varney. Ben McPherson out of Sunset. Alex Delaire out of Peterborough. Mac Ingram out of Flamborough. Dustin Johnston out of Full Throttle. Jack Dixon out of Delaware. Tom Hughes out of Delaware. Carter Nickel last year at Grand Bend champion, but this year going to be at Delaware Speedway. Donovan Clark out of Delaware. Steve Oakes out of Sunset Speedway. Johnny McIntyre out of Peterborough. Trent Vanderwist out of Delaware. Callie Dearmer out of Peterborough. Gary Triska out of Delaware. Cassie Howard out of Delaware. William Clausen out of Delaware. Jordan Owen out of Sunset. Victoria McLennan out of Peterborough. Braden Zammit out of Full Throttle. Rick Mitchell out of Flamborough. Chris Allard out of Sunset. Chase Stevenson out of Peterborough. Paige Stevenson out of Peterborough. Justin Culver out of Delaware. Lucas Chapman out of Grand Bend. Chad Massioli out of Peterborough. Pops Campbell out of Sauble. Steve Decline out of Sauble. Josh Clark out of Full Throttle. Mike Hall out of Flamborough. Oh, I said Josh Clark out of Flamborough. That's wrong. That is supposed to be Full Throttle.
Yeah.
Full Throttle. Grand Bend. Greg Duncan out of Full Throttle, Ryan Houston out of Delaware, Race Meyer out of Delaware, Megan Mitchell out of Flamborough, Chad Pro out of, he did a split, he did Delaware and Grand Bend last year, and Chris Lawrence out of various tracks, but I believe he's going to do Flamborough and Delaware this year. So those are our 69 racers. I think we did that pretty good. Just a stumble on saying the wrong thing.
Did you I sent you a message.
On
Uh the Zoom private message.
Oh, okay. And we'll add on number 53, number 7. He was 7 last time before he flipped at Flamborough, so
Yeah.
I'll put him in as number 7. I forgot to add him. Thomas Jeremy, who just celebrated a birthday, actually.
Yeah, happy birthday to Thomas.
Picked up a car. Well, I don't think he picked it up. He won it in a waffle from Randy Martin. All right.
Yeah, that worked out pretty good.
Yeah, not bad, eh? Okay, so we got a total of 70 racers. Yes, there is a lot. Kyle Johnson's birthday is Sunday, so happy birthday out there to Kyle Johnson. How this works, again, it is the last name that is left. They win a $250 $250 sponsorship courtesy of the James family. Now, just an FYI, payment will not be made until not this week, but the week after, as the James are actually out on vacation. So just bear in mind that that's going to happen. You do need to have proof as well that you are registered for 2025. Some tracks, obviously, I know don't have that yet, so we'll figure it out. But here we go, 70 entries, Great and Bun. We got several from all over, actually. But we got a couple of new entries here, a couple people. If you are not part of the Stickers and Scuffed Racing family and you were part of this draw, guess what? You're going to be, because that's one of the parts that we didn't say, but I think it's only fair that we're doing this draw and giving you the opportunity. So you get the opportunity to represent the podcast. So you got 22 viewers, 35 reactions right now, and 8 shares. Things look. Thank you guys very much. Great Bunny, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Unfortunately, this will mean the first person will unfortunately not be part of the win. But who is the first eliminated? It is going to be out of Flamborough. Leo La Barbera, unfortunately, is eliminated. I love that name. As a commentator, I know it gets butchered a lot, but I love saying it. La Barbera. Next to be eliminated out of Peterborough is Corey Horn in the 09. Sorry, Corey. Next to be eliminated is out of Delaware, and that's the number 54 of Trent Vanderwist. Sorry, Trent. Next to be eliminated is also going to be out of Delaware Speedway, and that's going to be the 17 of Colin Wilms. I think it's Willems. I keep thinking of Jordan Wilms. It's Colin Willems. Next to be eliminated out of Peterborough Speedway is going to be Callie Dearmer in the 55. And next to be eliminated is going to be out of Sunset Speedway, and that is going to be the 46 of Ben McPherson. Still has one more shot next week. Next to be eliminated is going to be, unfortunately, he's in the chat, Jason Melson in the 38. Sorry, Jason.
Oh, sorry, bud.
Next to be eliminated is going to be out of not Varney. It's going to be Chris Lawrence and the 228. Next to be eliminated is unfortunately going to be Hannah Lamont and the number 14 out of Delaware. And our next elimination is going to come out once again of Delaware Speedway, and it's going to be Ryan Houston in the 92H. Thank you, Ryan, for participating. Next to be eliminated is going to be Austin Janet out of Sunset Speedway. Now, you know who has a lot of good luck with this, we've talked about, is the 81 and 82. So we'll see. They've had really good luck in these draws. Nathan Ecker is eliminated. I don't know if Pops and Steve just have that magic charm, but they always seem to do well here. And unfortunately, their Sauble comrades eliminated back-to-back as Pat Farrow is eliminated. Next to be eliminated, unfortunately, is going to be out of Full Throttle, and that is Donna Tolton. Thanks for trying, Donna. She's got one more try coming up next week.
Mm-hmm.
Next to be eliminated, it doesn't look good for the BT cars right now, as Sarah Lawrence is now eliminated. I still remain, that Sadler Wood Brothers looking bone stock is probably my favorite paint scheme from last year.
Yeah.
Carter Nickel has been eliminated.
Everything. That's right, Steve.
Yeah, I don't want to know where that horseshoe is placed. It's been working really well for y'all. I should have said anything about the BT cars, because now BT's Adam Generu has been eliminated. It's going to be MRC's Rachel Mitchell to be eliminated next out of Flamborough Speedway. And next to be eliminated is going to be the 78 NTN car of Lucas Chapman out of Grand Bend, who I can't wait to see you race again. That's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys get to race last year against each other? I don't think you did, right? No? Okay.
No, didn't get to race with Lucas last year.
He'll probably be a lot better than when you saw him before. He was only like, what, 9 when he raced you? Right?
Yeah, I think he'll be...
He'll be pretty good, I think.
Yep.
Jason Lovey out of Delaware Speedway has been eliminated. Down to 50 already. Next to be eliminated is going to be, out of Delaware, Will Quarry in the number 6. He'll be somebody I think you got to watch this year at Delaware.
Yep.
I shouldn't have said anything, Graydon. Steve Decline has been eliminated. Although it wasn't Steve. Steve won the car, so I think this is karma. You know, getting him back for winning that big prize from Joe Kicks. Justin Culver has been eliminated. Well, and we know last week it was Pops that had the run of the century. Made it all the way to the second last entry, so MRC's second car of Chase Mitchell has been eliminated. It's going to be Sean Kennedy in the number 9. Eliminated out of Peterborough, second place in the championship by 1 point. By 1 point. I think they will, Rob. I know the most they've had was 4, but I think they'll have more cars at Grand Bend this year. Alex Delaire out of Peterborough has been eliminated. I believe Chris Lawrence is going to make it his duty to make sure that they get some more cars out there. Carly Willman out of Sunset has been eliminated. I just want to see Graydon race there. I think it's going to be nothing like you've ever raced before because that track is so narrow and so small. Like, it's going to be like on the wheel 24/7, which is, I think, what Carter said, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Carter Nickel basically said, like, you don't get to take a break.
I can't wait to, if we can make it happen, I hope I can make it down there for a race.
Even if you go-kart race, man. You'd be up for anything.
I'd prefer to do a bone stock, but
Jack Dixon has been eliminated. Next to be eliminated.
Hopefully we can get a couple other cars to turn out too.
I think so. Johnny McIntyre has been eliminated out of Peterborough. Next to be eliminated is going to be, again, out of Peterborough Speedway, Chad Massioli in the 81. Next to be
Outstanding.
eliminated, third in points last year, Donovan Clark. Yeah, no breaks, as Rob says at Grand Bend. You are busy. That's for damn
You pretty
sure.
well always have wheel in it there, I would think. Like,
Always turning left, right? Well, no, there's a little dog leg, right?
yeah, it's not like it's round, but I mean, you're definitely wheeling. Like,
I think you should be in a mini truck there. Didn't Randy Martin said they had one, didn't they?
I think so.
I think he said that. Braden Zametz has been eliminated. I don't know. See those junior sprints. Those are nuts out there.
I mean, if I go, I'll make the trip worthwhile. I'll do double duty.
Yeah, you got to climb the fence, man. Megan
I
Mitchell
would
has
love to try and
been
do that.
eliminated.
If I ever win a feature anywhere, I am doing that. I am climbing the fence.
If you win a feature, there's not going to be calming down. Gary Triska has been eliminated. You're going to be like, oh, we're going to be running kissing babies. You know, hell,
The
you
dry,
probably go.
the
Knowing
dry
you go.
spell will be over that
Go,
night. I'll,
go. Oh yeah,
I'll,
go streaking. Kyle Johnson has been eliminated. Sorry, Kyle. Sitting at 39 likes. Can you help us out? Get to 40.
beer will fall from the heavens those
9.
nights.
I don't know about doing the open wheels, but I don't know if Jess will let you do the open wheel 9 horsepower sprints. Go when the legends are there and run one of them. There you go, Graydon. Tegan Stanley has been eliminated. A Legends actually there would be pretty badass. Go race
They
Great
would
Lakes
be.
Legends and run against Cole Camrath. Josh
I
Clark
want to
has been
try a
eliminated.
legend on asphalt. That's
Oh, I think
my.
it'd be so much different.
Oh yeah, like
So
big
much
time.
better too, right?
I feel like,
Jeff Rumble has been eliminated.
and by the time we actually got on the track, when I actually tried it, it was beat to shit. Like it was
Yeah, you were racing
not
like, and that you
favorable
were also like,
conditions.
that's your second start too, right? Now you've done a
We
lot
had
more than
no
that.
practice,
Yeah.
nothing. I
Haley
just got
Hill
in
has
and
been eliminated.
raced it or tried to.
Keegan Lamont says it would be awesome to race against you. I think that's true, actually. I think it would be awesome.
Hey,
Jesse Howard has been eliminated.
I'm down for whatever.
We did get asked about going down to Delaware. Delaware is still very difficult for us to get to with it being Friday nights, but I'd like to get down there and announce a race with Jamie Maudsley or be on Rogers Television. That would be fun. Chase Stevenson
would
has been
be, like,
eliminated.
You'd be like the best announcer in history.
Oh,
on there.
stop it. But yes, I would. Mac
You'd be like the
Ingram
most-
has been eliminated.
You'd be
I
like
would
the
do it.
most
I would do it with Phil.
prepared ever.
I would
You'd
do
be
it with
like the
Phil
most
Givens.
prepared to ever do that job.
Yeah, true. Phil Givens would be somebody I want to do that with because Phil was so good when he did it last year.
Yeah, Phil was good.
He was so, you give so much like what do you call it? Like real world knowledge, right? Chad Prue has been eliminated.
Phil's actually a very versatile guy. I mean, the guy
Yeah, I
can
guess
drive.
so, eh?
He's going to be a tech man. He can do the media thing. Like
Yeah.
he's kind of like I don't know, what do you call him? Like,
Jack of all trades.
yeah, I'm
He's the
trying to
Phil
put
of
like
all
a
trades.
racing name to him, like
Like a Daryl?
maybe a
Isn't
Daryl.
Daryl did like the team owner? He was a race. Oh, he was never tech though.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I don't know.
Calvin, we hear Phil talk enough. Hey, that sounds about right. Your buddy Will Klassen has been eliminated. That was fun, man. I loved watching you and Will Klassen battle in that yellow. He had the yellow Sunfire, number 64.
Got a
That
picture of
was
it
fun.
up on my wall over
Yeah,
there.
I was there, man. I was so nervous watching you guys, but you guys had a great battle. Spencer Riddell has been eliminated.
That taught me a lot running with Will that day.
Yeah.
Like of
Yeah.
how to like really defend and
Mm-hmm.
kind of try and keep moving forward and attacking at the same time too. Like
Cassie Howard has been eliminated. Well, it was, I still know you're beating yourself up over that restart, but like, it was, God, it was so fun to watch that. Well, I say
I'm
fun.
like over that now. That
I
was
say
complete,
fun
like,
now, but I was so petrified that you guys were all going to wreck.
that was complete.
Tom
naive,
Hughes has
like,
been eliminated.
That was the first time I was ever on the front row for anything, and it was
Yeah,
just complete
yeah.
inexperience.
Mark Allen, the
Just trying to
pug,
run run block for Phil too.
has been eliminated. Don't say that. It would be nice to get you back there too, though, because
Oh,
it'd be
I mean,
like a
like
full circle
it
moment,
was
right?
pretty much the only logical thing to do. Like Phil is obviously going to school me on like the
Oh
veteran
yeah,
experience level, and it's just like I was just going to try and stay between him and the rest of them as long as I could, and it worked kind of
I
good
said
for a little bit.
you raced and you didn't take out the leader. That's the biggest thing, right?
That was always the goal, right? Like I never wanted to be
No,
that
you don't
guy.
want to ruffle feathers. Jordan Owen out of Sunset has been eliminated. We're down. Great Bun. We're almost down to. This is 21. We're down to 20 right now. Things are going to get interesting after this.
Screw it.
Alex Cole has been eliminated. All right, our 20 remaining. Christian Laval out of Peterborough, Hannah Hamilton out of Grand Bend, Thomas Jeremy. I guess he's Delaware for this year.
Yeah,
Rob
I would.
Wollaston out of Delaware, Matt McMartin out of Peterborough, Jen Hatch out of Delaware, Austin Etzel out of Full Throttle, Angelo Novus out of Peterborough, Paul Fothergill out of Delaware, Darren Glavin out of Grand Bend, Dustin Johnston out of Full Throttle, Steve Oakes out of Sunset, Victoria McLennan out of Peterborough, Rick Mitchell out of Flamborough, Chris Allard out of Sunset, Paige Stevenson out of Peterborough, Pops Campbell out of Sauble, Mike Hall out of Flamborough, Greg Duncan out of Full Throttle, and Race Meyer out of Delaware. I think we've only got one left for Sauble, and it's all on you, Pops. I don't know if Pops is actually here tonight.
Yeah, I didn't see him pop up.
I saw Steve. Paige Stevenson has been eliminated. Sorry, Paige. Next will be out of Peterborough, former winner already. Christian, no, actually, it was the other Lavals that won. Christian Laval has been eliminated. Next to be eliminated is going to be another winner already. Hannah Hamilton out of Grand Bend. Now it's getting interesting here. Oh, we just took out all of our winners. Angelo Novus is now out. So, as of right now, we have Thomas Jeremy, Rob Wollaston, Matt McMartin, Jen Hatch, Austin Etzel, Paul Fothergill, Darren Glavin, Dustin Johnston, Steve Oakes, Victoria McLennan, Rick Mitchell, Chris Allard, Pops Campbell, Mike Hall, Greg Duncan, and Race Meyer. Peterborough has won the most, though, Brad. They've won. They've dominated, actually. So we've got Jeremy out of Delaware, Wollaston out of Delaware, Martin out of Peterborough, Mick Martin out of Peterborough, Delaware's Jen Hatch, Austin Etzel at Full Throttle, Delaware's Fothergill, Graham Bend with Glavin, Full Throttle's Johnston, Oaks out of Sunset. I think we got only 2 Sunsets left. McLennan out of Peterborough. Flamborough, I think, only has Rick Mitchell and Mike Hall. Pops Campbell out of Sauble, Duncan out of Full Throttle, and Meyer out of Delaware. Here we go. Take it down to 15. And it is not going to be Flamborough's Mike Hall. Mike Hall eliminated. Next to be eliminated is our friend out of Delaware Speedway, Jen Hatch is eliminated. Unfortunately, our Sauble representation is now out as Pops Campbell has been eliminated. We just lost Pops, buddy.
Well, he had a good run.
He had a good run. We'll take it down to 10, and then we'll do another review as to who's left. So we only have 2 Sunsets, no Saubles left. I said 2 Sunsets. Now we're down to 1 Sunset as Steve Oakes has been eliminated. 12 remain. Next to be eliminated is out of Delaware Speedway, and that's Race Meyer. Pops will say this is rigged. Yes, that's Hoppy, all right. Next to be eliminated, he joined us late, but Thomas Jeremy gave it a good run. Makes it makes it all the way to, I guess, the 11th place, so not bad. We got 10 left. Wollaston out of
Happy
Delaware.
birthday, bud.
McMartin out of Peterborough. Etzel out of Full Throttle. Fothergill out of Delaware. Glavin out of Grand Bend. Johnston out of Full Throttle. McLennan out of Peterborough. Mitchell out of Flamborough. Allard out of Sunset. Duncan out of Full Throttle. 10 to go. We'll go down to 5 before we do a review. Let's see. $250 of sponsorship from the James family. It will not be Matt McMartin in the number 16 out of Peterborough. Sorry, Matt. It will not be Dustin Johnston out of Full Throttle. Sorry, Dustin. It will not be anybody from Sunset, as Chris Allard is eliminated. It will not be Paul Fothergill out of Delaware Speedway. Ooh, it's getting interesting. It will not be Greg Duncan out of Full Throttle Motor Speedway.
Sorry, Greg.
So we've got 5 left. How this happened, I have no idea, Graydon. But look at this. Rob Wollaston out of Delaware. Austin Etzel out of Full Throttle. Darren Glavin out of Grand Bend. Victoria McLennan out of Peterborough. Rick Mitchell out of Flamborough. 1 from each track, except for Sunset and Sauble, who have already been eliminated. Not bad. 5 left. Here we go. Eliminated is going to be Victoria McLennan out of Peterborough. Now, just for Kicks 1 last week with Joe Kicks, Rob Wollaston, the Magic Man, is still in this, as Rick Mitchell is eliminated. If they do 2 for 2, man, I don't know. Darren Glavin, Rob Wollaston, Austin Etzel. Here we go. To be eliminated, I shouldn't have said nothing. Magic Man is out. So it is between Grand Bend's Darren Glavin and Austin Etzel out of Full Throttle for the $250 sponsorship, and also being part of the Brad Laval says rigged. And Austin Etzel out of Full Throttle Motor Speedway. Now Darren is already going to be an SNS racer for 2025, so if Austin Etzel does win, he has the opportunity to join SNS. But here we go. The winner is going to be out of Full Throttle Motor Speedway. In the number 17, the champion from last year, it is Austin Etzel, who is your $250 winner for the James family sponsorship. Congratulations to Austin Etzel and the number 17 Lowball Racing team. You will get your $250 in sponsorship from the James family. Well, I'm not sure exactly when, but it will be within the next couple of weeks when they are back from vacation. So big congratulations to everybody that entered. You are not out of the running, though, because there is still another week of this. We still have another week of... Oops, I should probably put us back on screen. There we go. You still have another week of to be a part of the draw for the amazing James family sponsorships. So congratulations to Austin Etzel. If for any reason, Austin, you do not want this prize, make sure you do pass it back to us. So it would go to Darren Glavin. of the 37BT car out at Grand Bend. Now, Graydon Bun, one thing I do want you to do, because you do have something on display behind you. So I want you to just give a little bit of a message as to why you have those items behind you on the camera today.
Yeah, we're it's not a specific stickers and scuffs food drive. It's just something that we both are are very passionate about, and especially at this time of year. But if you checked out my video, there's um, as of last year, I think it was in March, there was over 2 million people that used a food bank, and um, that's a lot of people. And we all know how much stuff costs, and if you can, if you're in any sort of position to throw a couple extra things in your grocery cart when you're at the store, doesn't have to be a massive haul of food. Any little bit helps, honestly. It's, as I said, it's just like racing, where it takes a village, and any little bit that everyone can contribute really adds to it, right? And so just most of there's over 5,000 reputable Canadian food insecurity agencies. Search for one in your area. A lot of them have really, really great websites. Mana Food Bank in Muskoka here is who we're going to donate. This is just a small cross section of what we have. Your traditional non-perishables, but a lot of the websites will tell you what they would really like to have donated, because there is an abundance of like the soup cans and that sort of thing. But
Yeah.
a lot of things are like baby formula and that sort of thing. And food banks will take diapers and
Yep.
baby formula, feminine and like personal hygiene products, that sort of stuff. All that goes a long way. So if you can, just reach out to a food donation agency in your area, and pay it forward, not just the holiday season, but all times of year if you can. Um, they're always willing to take food donations, of course.
So I've just received a message, and I apologize to this person who did send it to me about 10 minutes ago, but I did not see it. Um, they're gonna add $50 to next week's prize.
Oh
So
wow.
it's not gonna be a 250 sponsorship. It's gonna be a $300 sponsorship, thanks to um, this anonymous person who I would love to tell who it is, but they have asked for it to be secret.
Hmm.
This is what we talk about, though. The amazing people within the racing community. This person I absolutely love, and they do so much for the racing community as it is, and the fact that they're going to do this as well, it just is spectacular. So, um, again, we don't really campaign for people to do this, but they do it out of the kindness of their hearts, and it is just, it's so nice to see that, and I just want
we
to thank them, and um,
we didn't
man,
intend for SNS Live to really be like the contest hotline.
no,
But
no, we didn't.
it's sort of turned out that way, this, or like
Yeah,
this off season so far. And I mean,
exactly.
that's great. I mean, it's a
Really,
great
thanks to the
way to
partners in the community,
pay things forward, and engage with all of with all y'all. And
like the next thing to do would be like a set of tires for people, eh?
I I think that's almost the next lot. Like we've talked like apparel, tents, and like
Yep.
that sort of stuff. I think that's probably
Yeah.
the next thing. Like we start talking tire budgets or whatever. I don't know.
Entries to the track, like entry fee. Um,
We
you know, that type of stuff
breaking.
matters.
We have sort of a little more breaking news that your $300 sponsorship will be now $400 next week as well.
Ooh, I'm gonna start crying in a minute.
So whoever cashes in on this one next week is gonna come away with a doozy.
I'll say, um, it's you know, and the big I want to put this out there. Rob James is the person that deserves the most credit because he's the guy that came to us about this, and now we got other people jumping in and making a Christmas gift, I guess, for a bone stock racer really special. Um, and it's not something that we expect, and um, it's just, whew, I'm trying not to get teary eyed, buddy, but it's just when we set out to do this, we had no idea. Um, we had no, and this is the message I just got. No, thank you, guys. Thank you, Tobias. Keep the love of racing alive.
That's the goal.
Great. Now it's normally you that gets teary eyed on these shows, man. But um, we uh we set when we set out to do this, I remember us saying like all we wanted was to help a driver get a sponsor, and we've kind of had that happen. But the fact that we've had so many amazing partners on the in the racing community help us give stuff to our racers, give stuff to the racing community with discounts and number draws and apparel. We have a big one coming up that we haven't really told anybody yet in January that we are going to help with, and one of our partners is going to help with, and
It's a doozy.
it's a pretty big one. I mean, we're putting some effort into it on our side, and it's not racing is an elective. That's the one thing that food insecurity is not elective, right? So we would hope that people open their wallets this Christmas, this holiday season, but as we did last year, not just before. The biggest time that they need help is when people forget all about helping the food bank.
Yeah.
So that's after the holiday season. Everybody gives, and then everybody forgets. Food bank is 24/7, 365. It is not a one-time thing.
Yeah, and if anything, the need is greater now than ever. I mean, you take
Yeah,
a walk
it
through the
is.
grocery store. As I said, like you walk in, just for instance, the baby aisle,
Yep.
and it's, I mean, family planning is one thing. That's a whole other conversation. But I mean, just if you just go in there, and like I said, my kids are very far removed from that age, and just walking down that aisle and seeing what stuff costs. I mean, for a family starting out, you almost kind of cry for them a little bit that it's not easy. Like if factor
Yeah.
in all of what life costs, and they bleed you a little bit drier when you go and buy food. So I mean, as I say, it doesn't have to be you don't have to bring a truckload with you, but if you can even just throw in a couple of um whatever boxes of rice or meal kits, like it's just any little bit helps.
I mean, as Lindsay says, even families that can't afford the winter coats, that kind of stuff. So
Yes, coat
clothes
drives.
donation,
Yeah,
clothing drives. People forget about this,
hats,
and
mitts,
I
boots.
understand.
Like,
We have so many people that listen. It's so easy to just throw something out and just think that no one's gonna want it,
yeah, and the
but it's not the
McPherson's
truth,
too.
right? Like,
The McPherson's get involved in a huge toy drive every year too. That like make sure that
yeah,
every kid unwraps something on Christmas morning. Like
yeah,
that's just all those types of initiatives. Yeah, like food
yeah.
insecurity, but as yeah, like Lindsay says, um, and the McPherson's also do food drive things too. Like it's um, it's a great cause, and you won't regret it for a second.
This, this is getting really emotional for me now because Rob Ornell just says he's gonna put another 50 into next week's draw. Um,
We almost may have to split this again
we might have
because
to.
that's what 450 now.
Yeah, that is. Um, So, but because people are asking to put it towards next week's, um, I don't know. Like that'll be up to the people that want to donate if they want to come together and do another one, or if they want it to all go together
Yeah,
next week. Um,
I feel like that
because
we're at 450. Like now, it's starting to become like an auction here almost. But if no one comes up with the next 50, that we throw in 50 and just make it an even five.
yeah, we yeah, that's probably what we would do. Jesus, there you go. Dean Jessup says he'll add 50 if you want to split it. Well, the racing community has spoken,
This is pretty
and
awesome.
out of out of what was 250 has now become $500
Yeah,
in a matter of
that
an
escalated
hour.
quickly. And just
Um,
to follow up, the McPhersons were part of the Curtis King annual toy drive that they're a part of,
yes,
and they raised $25,000 for Christmas cheer
and how
this year.
about
That's
Rick
impressive.
Rick Ingram as well? Their poker group donated a fort. I don't know how to say 1,480 pounds to the Burlington Food Bank.
That's awesome.
That's
That's up in
again,
the ante there, right? Yeah,
it
poker.
is remarkable. Is remarkable. That's just what it is. I mean, it is. We've got, you got Keaton and Morgan that do their charitable efforts. You got
Hmm.
the Camrath boys and Josh
Yes.
Davenport. You got Del Freiberger donates their winnings. Somebody else donates their winnings. Who else was the other person that donates their winnings? Uh, I'm gonna forget who it is, and they told me all about it. Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts now. There's another driver that donates their winnings at the end of the season to charity. Oh, was it Dave Evison? Edwin Hyde? Maybe? I can't remember. Was it Edwin Hyde?
Yeah, that. I don't know. We don't want to. I
Lindsay
start
says
throwing
it's
names.
it's Edwin.
Yeah, that does
Okay.
seem right. At at any rate, that's a very cool
It's very
initiative.
generous. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
very
good.
very cool. So I
Um,
mean, the spirit of giving is alive and well, definitely in the racing community. At least
yeah,
it looks that way around here, anyway, and that's great to see.
absolutely. So if you are gonna donate, it would be Cam Harris, my name, CamHarris, 79 at yahoo.com is where you send, and just put it in the description as to what you're doing. If you do need a receipt for charitable purposes, just let me know and we can do one up for you, so that you can claim it if need be. But I was really disappointed actually. My firm, um, as you know, like there's a lot of changes going on with my work right now.
Hmm.
We were acquired by $1 billion corporation. Um, that's where I want to see a lot more of. I want to see those $1 billion corporations do a lot more of this. I've said it before. I know it sounds a little ridiculous, but to be out on the platform like this, but saying like when people like are struggling paycheck to paycheck and they're the ones that are donating money, there's something wrong with that, right? It should be those that are well off. I understand we all want to do it and we all want to do our part, but it starts at the top and filters its way down. And I think those who are the greediest and show the most greed, that filters down. It's just like what we see with racers in terms of how they act. If they're aggressive and stupid on the racetrack, that filters its way down to the youngest racers. It's learned behavior, right? So if we see, and I know a lot of some corporations that could very well benefit from doing some nice charitable work. Um, there's a couple I know that do it in secret, but when we went to the food bank last year, Graydon, it broke my heart. Um, It was only like 2 week. I think it was only like wasn't it only like 2 or 3 weeks after Christmas, and the shelves were like we were the ones that were filling the shelves.
Right.
And it's like if this is the regular, like the one thing I'll put it up there um, is I'll Dina, I'll reply to you in DM. Um, the one thing that I think gets forgotten about as well, and I know it's extremely expensive, but because it's not just men, consider female hygiene products like pads. Um, that would be something that um, donations of those would go a long way.
Hmm.
It's something that they very rarely get. I think everybody kind of they donate the same stuff, right? As you said, they get the soup, like they get soup all the time. They get their rice, they get the KD, for example. And
Yep.
actually, I was told that like KD people, um, that like people don't the food banks don't really necessarily want KD because I mean they say it requires butter and milk, but you can make it without. You can just use the it's going to have some liquid still in the noodles once you drain it. So you can have it without those, right? It's just a suggestion, but those like I remember it at Christmas time and even just regular like KD used to be what like 57 cents, right? Like it was
Yeah.
so cheap, and now I think I think it's like a buck 29 for a box of KD. I think. Um, so it's harder for people to donate because it costs more. I mean, even the stuff that we bought, um, we spent a we didn't spend a stupid amount of money, but for I think we could have spent a lot more if the prices were lower, right?
Oh,
You could have bought
like,
soap,
yeah, you
you
can
know.
carry $100 out in basically a single bag, really, if you're really careful, but or like not,
Yeah,
or
oh yeah,
really
that's
not
a
careful.
thousand percent true.
Like it
Yeah,
used to be, if you had a three figured grocery shop, like
yeah.
back like in the '80s or whatever, like there's barely any room for you in the car. Like it's like, oh, mom cracked $100. Like there's gonna be like two shopping carts and
I swear it said on the news or something that like a family of four is spending close to like $800 on groceries.
yeah.
And I
So
was
I
like,
mean,
you're in a family of four, and you got you're like in the worst situation right now because you got the two you got the two behemoths
yeah, I'm
of
trying to eat
teenage
less so
boys,
they can
man.
eat more. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as we say, I know I was a teenage boy, man, and I still haven't grown out of my teenage boy phase. Clearly, I eat still quite a bit, but uh, when you're a teenager, just the the appetites go through the roof, and you just never stop eating,
Yeah.
right? And I mean,
But
your oldest, he fucking grew like 10 feet
mhm.
since we saw him, right? So, um, but yeah, it what we pay doesn't go that far now. A lot of food banks have arrangements with local foods that do either pre I'm pre
Price bet,
thank you
pre-priced bags.
pre-priced bags of the essentials. There you go. That's perfect. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what you need. Yeah,
And as Rick says too, like if you actually do go, I mean, this is just good for shopping, but
yeah,
like, you can get a lot for $20. But I mean, if you're going to do a grocery shop solely for the purpose of a food donation, you can, like, I'll be honest, I don't do grocery shopping very often, but I mean, I went and looked completely lost down and roamed each aisle and everything. But I mean, you can do some bargain buying and
yep,
walk out of there with like good bang for your buck that like at the end of the day, like a box of rice, throw that in, and like if there's like the 2 for $8 deals on
yeah,
like rice or three or whatever for crackers, like all that kind of stuff. And then at least, I mean, soup is a popular item for sure, but
yep,
it at the end of the day, a lot of the food banks won't turn donations away, but it will serve you best to do a bit of research to see, to make your donation, whatever it is, go the furthest. So be it buying the target items like we're talking about, the less popular ones, or even just monetary donations if you can, and then they will
Yeah.
go and buy what they need or set it up, to
When
Gord's
we
point.
when we donated last year, Graydon, we didn't even finish bringing in all the boxes before they started having people in, and they were getting stuff.
Yeah, like you're saying,
Like
like they were taking it like like almost out of
as
your
soon before
hands.
we even put it
Like,
on the show, like we were literally emptying the boxes, and they were already people were taking it.
yeah, like that's supply and demand right
If there
there, like
is,
in
yeah,
all its fury. Like if you,
yeah,
it's the definition of it.
and
And
it's I think there's stuff like stuff that you can get multiple meals out of is always a good thing, right? Um, and then one thing that sucks is
Steve's
like
right too. The food,
healthy food
healthy food
choices. Yeah,
choices, and it seems like particularly since the lockdowns and stuff, where it used to be the more frugal thing to do is buy the ingredients and build it at home. It's
yeah,
almost like they got to that and they're trying to screw you that way too, where like baking ingredients, they're starting to hose you worse on that too. Like
yeah.
it's, um again, not trying to make it like politically motivated, but
No,
it's
not
just
at
like
all.
they're not making it any easier for any of us to stock our cupboard. So I mean, the more we band together, it's
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that the grocery store executives are going to have a Merry Christmas, but
Yeah.
um,
Cody Cook also does a lot of, yeah,
yeah,
Cody
Cody
Cook does
does do a
a
great
lot.
job.
Maya Ford as
Um,
well.
yeah,
And Rick has a great idea. He says, do a food drive at the track, fill a hauler. And that's
yeah.
interesting because it's like fill a race car, but I think fill a hauler is actually doable at some of these tracks. It might
Oh,
be a lot,
yeah.
depending on how big that hauler is. I mean, if it's SKLD's
Yeah, bring the
giant
53
friggin',
foot stacker and load her up.
I mean, that would be a huge undertaking, but if you know what we really need, you need tracks that will do something in return. So if you bring a a food item, you get a discount at the a food like the food stand to buy food, or you get a ticket discount or something of the sort, right? Because again, fans, I hate to say this, but generations are not as generous as they have, and most people want to get something in return. People don't do it just for the kindness out of their heart, as sad as it is to say. Um, we obviously want that, but if you give incentive, um, that always helps, right? I think if the tracks banded together, we've talked about this before. Um, Tracks easily could come together, and do. See, a perfect example. Epic Racewear is a huge partner. You said not only foods but hats, mitts, laundry soap, dish soap. That's a good one too, actually.
Hmm.
Um, Definitely. The Jim Irvine out of Sauble says, the announcer at Sauble says the Lions Polar Bear Club, Polar Bear Dip, sorry, on New Year's Day in the Grand Valley raises money for the local food bank 1 p.m. on New Year's Day. We already know Graydon Bunn signed up for the Sunset one, which is that January or is it? I think it was later, wasn't it?
I feel like it
Wasn't it
was in,
like March last year
I feel like it'll be kind of case sensitive, like on, I don't
when
know
it's
if they
actually
want to cut a
cold?
hole in the ice or we just, yeah, like,
Yeah,
or we just
yeah.
do like the Mitch Buchanan right in from shore if there's no ice or,
Yeah, the Mitch Buchanan. It's funny because I actually know who you're talking about. Uh,
yeah.
um, yeah, I think that Sunset does that, and they do that to benefit their community. If the tracks aren't doing stuff to benefit their community, there's a problem there. But I just realized like we've gone 2 hours, Graydon.
Yeah.
Um, it was a really successful night tonight. This might be our most successful episode that we've had since we've been back. 3.7 like 3,700 views is our most right now, SNS Live. Um, we're not making you know, giant waves across the world, but we're making waves
Yeah.
in the racing community, and that's what we care about. We have continued to grow our SNS racing family. We finally got to add some Pro Challenge cars and Canadian Vintage Modifieds, and is extremely exciting to be able to be a part of the racing community, and you as racers, and the people that are part of it, and the people that have volunteered to donate some more to add to next week's prize, and maybe we're gonna probably split that into two, I think, as a courtesy to keep multiple racers. Uh, why give it to one when we can give two racers some sponsorship? You know, it's the splitting is I think the thing that we want to do here, and um in the
Share the
new year,
wealth. I mean, this is unreal
more
how, like,
benefit, you know.
yeah.
Um and what I would say to those racers that do win, if we don't get logos from the James family, then put somebody that they're affiliated with, um, or put a charity, put something on your race car. I understand that there's money that goes along with racing, and there always will be. But if you have a blank car, put something on it that's well worth it. I don't know if you remember way back, but there's Irwindale Speedway is going to close, unfortunately, but Irwindale used to have the All Star Challenge, and they used to have a driver there that would put missing children or missing people on the hood of their race car every week. Just an initiative as you know, nice as that, um, is is something that you want to see. Um, I'm not suggesting that you have to do that and do something every week, but putting, I don't know, I think your local SPCA or your local food bank, something like that, where they could really benefit from it. If you've got the space, it's all about the community, because guess what? The community is the one that's going to be there to help partner with you if you're looking for a partner. It's normally the community, your people that are around you that know you, that can help out. A lot of people are quick to judge people of different nationalities, different races. You have no idea what company money they might have, what partners they might have, what support they might have. And we shouldn't be restricting anybody, no matter what race, color, creed, orientation, doesn't matter. I've seen people that post stuff on social media that is disgusting in the racing community, and I understand that they might be joking, but when you think about, hey, is that racing community going to be welcoming to me? And they see something like that, they're going to think no, right? So get away from the negativity, get away from treating people like crap that you just don't like or you don't understand. I don't care. Most people don't care. If you're gay, straight, trans, black, white, green, purple, polka dotted, rich, poor, it doesn't matter. You can find a home in racing. And we here at SNS are welcoming to everybody, um, except for those that screw people over. And I won't mention Kevin's name, but he knows who he is. Um, as you know, there's a couple of people that do stuff like that, but you screw people over, that's not going to be good for you. And um, we want to bring people to the track, not keep them away. Because if we want people to be a part of it, we want tracks to be around. We want people like Graydon Bond to get a job in racing, driving for CGC Racing. Well, first off, he has to stop being so gosh darn good looking and so attractive to a sponsor. But we have to make sure that everybody treats everybody with respect. That starts online, continues at the racetrack, and with each and every one of us. Graydon Bun, we're going to wrap up SNS Live for tonight. We got one more episode of the podcast before 2024. We're going to take a little bit of a 2-week break for them. SNS Live will be back for at least next week. I'm not sure about the following week after that, but what do you have to say before we wrap up?
I'll be I'll be out for next week. We got family arriving for Christmas, so this is it for me for the live stuff for now.
Week after.
We'll see how that goes. I think
that should be doable. You're supposed to have a house guest that weekend.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh
Yeah. I don't know.
Jeez. Do I feel beloved now or what?
But once again, big thanks to Robert, Darlene, Chelsea, Connor for I guess really for what they've done so far and what this has really sort of spawned into now that it spills over.
Our secret donator, to Dean, to your secret donator, Rob Barnell. Thank you.
Yeah. What? I don't.
I think he's talking about the house guest thing, not remembering that.
Oh right, yeah. My memory's not good.
It's okay. End of the week.
If my brain was in as good a shape as my body is, it's now, then I wouldn't have a problem. I've been shoveling so much snow lately that it's been a workout for multiple hours.
He's been shoveling snow, I think, every day this week.
Yeah, but at any rate, again, thank you to the James family, and thanks to everybody once again for tuning in.
Yes.
Not just to this, but to all the SNS lives on Friday night. We have a pretty good little. I guess we call it cult following. I guess
a little bit. Yeah. People that don't have anything better to do and they have to pay attention to two schmucks who talk racing all the time.
But I know Brad Laval. He's on. He makes a road trip, it seems like, on a Friday night. So it's cool that he takes us with him on the drive. So we appreciate that. And everybody that's either sitting around a fire, sitting at home, out in the shop, whatever, chilling with friends, we appreciate you tuning in. And we and again, that goes for our weekly episodes as well. And again, the not so key to success here is, I mean, for all of us, is please just like and share, follow along with us, and we're trying to grow this for the benefit of motorsports and not just honking our own horns here. So we appreciate everybody interacting and tuning in and getting involved with us and doing these types of things, because it means more to us than we can say.
We got 48 likes right now. We're going to try and get 2 more.
Wow.
Get to 50. That would be great. 200 comments tonight. 8 shares. That's the most that we've had. So thank you guys so very much for being a part of SNS Live once again tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks for flying solo with us tonight, Steve.
Flying solo for Steve Decline. He's getting into too much debauchery.
Hopefully you didn't tell Linda you're on your way to the car and you just never came and she left without you or something.
I want to thanks everybody for tonight tuning in. Once again, thanks to all of our partners, amazing people. Thanks to all of our amazing people that have volunteered once again to donate to be a part of the draw next week. We got one more episode of SNS Live before the holiday season officially starts. And then, of course, we'll see you guys hopefully for the week after. Backgrading's off next week. We have our final episode with Thomas Wunsch next Wednesday. And then, of course, we definitely want to put it out there that there is more stuff coming in the new year. It's not going to be every week that are going to have contests. So enjoy this now while it happens. We get ready for racing in 2025, of course. We are on our way there. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Cam K, Graydon Bunn for SNS this week. Have yourselves a great night. And we'll
Merry Christmas from the Bunn family, everybody.
Friday nights we gather round, Cam and Graydon holding down, laughter echoing through the mic, racing stories we all like. Ontario Motorsports pride, revving engines side by side, all season long we talk top the track, sticker tails won't hold back. Kicking back with friends on air, racing dreams we love to share. Stickers and scuffs is where we meet, Friday nights can't be beat. Engines roaring, hearts on fire, stories that lift us higher. From the pits to the victory lane, Cam and Graydon know the game. Every lap brings more delight, shine those trophies in the light. Join the fun, don't be late, Friday nights it's a date. Rubber burning, asphalt black, stories that we'll never lack. Live podcast where we belong, racing life all off season long. Honda Stereo, motorsports pride, revving engines side by side. All off season long we talk the track, sticker tails won't hold back. Kicking back with friends on air, racing dreams we love to share. Stickers and scuffs is where we meet, Friday nights can't be beat. Engines roaring, hearts on fire, stories that lift us higher. From the pits to the victory lane, Cam and Graydon know the game.